Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the 2015 Strat-O-Matic Demolition League. As you can see now, we've got the Boston Red Sox taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. And as we look into the series, it is Series 5, Matchup 4, Game Number 1, Game Number 64 of 270. Replay day is April 27th, 2015. Red Sox come to the game 7-5. The Rays come to the game 9-3. Let's look at the rest roll players and injured players for the Red Sox. Pedroia is still out for 5 more games due to injury. The rest rolls, they hit all 3 of them. Brock Holt, Blake Swihart, and Hanley Ramirez all have to rest. So the Red Sox had to do a little bit of juggling. When Pedroia got hurt, they called up Jeff Rutledge from the minors. So the lineup's going to be Bradley in center, Castillo in right, Bogarts at short, Ortiz DH, Napoli at first, Sandoval at third, Shaw at left, Rutledge at second, and Sandy Leon the catcher. Joe Kelly on the mound for the Red Sox. For the Rays, their rest rolls, Geyer and DeJesus, they had to rest. So their lineup's going to be Forsythe at DH, Franklin at second, Longoria at third, Loney at first, Souza in right, Cabrera at short, Matuk in center, Casali at the catcher, and Joey Butler is in left field. Their pitcher is Nate Carnes. So I tried this setup on the live stream with the Phillies and the D-backs, and it seemed to get at least a decent reception, so I'm going to try it again on a video. Hopefully I can keep track of the pegs and everything a little bit better since I'm not doing a stream and not worried about looking at chats or anything like that. I do have the game up on the computer as I sip a cup of coffee. Yes, it's still Saturday morning. So after about a 15-minute break from that stream and setting up the game again, we're back for another game to get this 2015 thing rolling on. We'll look at the bench and bullpen for both teams. First, for the visiting Red Sox, of course, they had Swihart, Ramirez, and Holt that had to rest. The only other player on the bench is outfielder Daniel Nava. So those are their 4 subs. But before the 7th inning, Nava's the only one that can come into the game unless somebody gets injured. All right, for the bullpen, they have 2 lefties, Robbie Ross and Craig Breslow. Right-handers, Alexei Ogando, Heath Hembry, Ed Mahika, Junichi Tazawa, and the closer, Koji Urahara. For the Tampa Bay Rays, they had to rest Brandon Geyer. So he is resting, and they also had to rest DeJesus. Other guys on the bench, they have 2 catchers on their bench, J.P. Arancibia and Bobby Wilson, and utility man Jake Elmore. So that's their bench. And in their bullpen, they have the 2 lefties, Jake McGee and Xavier Cedeno, followed by right-handers Alex Colome, Brandon Gomes, Kevin Jepson, Steve Geltz, and their closer, Brad Boxberger. So those are the guys that are involved. So you know who I have available and who I do not have available. Got the score sheet off to the side. Got the game up on the computer. So again, I'm trying this setup to see if we put the base runners on as they happen. Got the outs here, and I got the line score. It's kind of small, but I got the line score up here. This just came to me today to do this. So what I'll do going forward is I'm going to print off a bunch of line scores that are much bigger print, so it's easier to see. But right now I just had to borrow a replay score sheet from Replay Baseball and use that as my line score. All right, so Nate Carnes comes into the game with no record, 4.50 ERA, 10 innings pitched, 9 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, and 2 home runs on the season. Jackie Bradley steps up. He's been improving since they moved him to the leadoff spot with Mookie Betts being injured. Bradley jumped from the number 9 position to the leadoff spot and moved from right field to center field, and he's picked it up. He was down in the doldrums, like in the 140s, but he's up now to 208 in 24 at-bats, 1 homer and 4 runs driven in. So Jackie Bradley against Blake Swihart, game 64 underway. 4-3 against a lefty. That's a fly ball right field X. That's Sousa. And Sousa is a 3. 3 and a 6. We'll see. That probably is going to be good enough. 3 and a 6 Whoops, wrong side. 3 and a 6. Actually, it's not going to be good enough. That is a single as Souza was unable to get to it, so Bradley continues his hot hitting. He is aboard with a leadoff single, and now he's definitely going to have to be held. He's a C stealer. Casale's a +1 arm. C stealer would make him a 13, -3 for being held as a 10, but the +1 makes it an 11. So they're going to send Jackie Bradley 1 to 11, and Bradley will steal second. And he gets caught stealing. So much for Jackie Bradley trying to get something started. He got caught stealing as Kirk Casale fired down there, and second baseman Franklin put on the tag. So 1 away, and bases are cleared for Rusney Castillo. He was called up when Jackie Bradley got injured. 5-10, and that's a fly to center. 2 down as that's put away by Matic. So 2 up and 2 down, and that's going to bring up Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts is hitting .365 in 52 at-bats, 2 homers and 4 runs driven in, so he's been one of the bright spots for the Red Sox. 6-3. Fly ball left field X. Left fielder is Butler. He's a 4. This will probably drop, but maybe not. It's a 17, so it might get caught after all. A 4 and a 17 is a fly ball A. It would have been a sacrifice fly, or actually all runners would have advanced on a fly ball A, but nobody was on, so good play. And that's going to end the inning. So how about that? Clean inning there after the caught stealing. That's going to do it for the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the first. Tampa Bay, Red Sox nothing, Tampa Bay coming to bat. And the pitcher on the mound is Joe Kelly for the Red Sox. Joe Kelly, 1-0 with a 2.19 ERA, 12 innings pitched, 16 hits, 5 walks, and 15 strikeouts. So he's got the strikeout pitch going for himself. Leading off for Tampa will be the designated hitter Logan Forsythe. 3-10 for Forsythe. That's a leadoff single. So Logan Forsythe gets it started for the Rays. He is a C stealer, but Sandy Leon's a -3 arm, so they're not going to try it. He will be held, but he won't go anywhere. That brings up Nick Franklin, the second baseman, number 2 hitter. And he is not a good bunter, so they will have him swing away. Against Kelly, 3-6. That's a ground ball first base A. That's going to go 3-6-3. Napoli to Bogaerts, back to Napoli. And clear the bases there on the twin killing, 3-6-3. Just what Joe Kelly was looking for. 2 quick outs, and that brings up Evan Longoria with nobody out, or nobody on rather, and 2 down. Longoria hitting .327, 2 homers and 7 driven in. 2-4, and that's a ground ball to third. The Panda is right there, and the inning's over. So a quick inning there after the double play. Takes care of that at the end of 1, no score from Tampa, from the Trop. And Nate Carnes back out. We'll be facing Big Papi. Ortiz will be leading things off for the Sox. And in the replay, Ortiz hitting .295, 2 homers, 6 runs driven in, and 44 at-bats. 4-7 against the lefty, struck him out. So Ortiz down on strikes. Big Papi not happy. And that brings up the first baseman, Mike Napoli. On the replay, Napoli hitting only .188 and 32 at-bats. No homers and 6 driven in. That's a 1-4, and he struck him out. So back-to-back strikeouts for Carnes. Nate Carnes has Betty Davis eyes as he's doing his Kim Carnes impersonation with these strikeouts. Here's the big panda, Pablo Sandoval. He's hitting .206 with 1 homer and 5 runs driven in and 34 at-bats. 5-6 switch hitter struck him out, so Nate Carnes whiffs the side. 1-2-3, no problema. About as good as you can do right there, and the Sox are gone in the second. Go to the bottom of the second, still no score. And Joe Kelly back out. We'll be facing James Loney, first baseman for the Rays. Loney checks in, hitting .306 and 36 at-bats. 1 homer and 4 driven in. 312, and that is a pop out to first. The split down here is super advanced only, but in advanced it's simply a pop to first. So Napoli will take it in with no problems, and there's one away for Steven Souza, the right fielder. Souza checks in, hitting .250, 9 for 36, no homers and 2 runs driven in. He's got no home runs. 2015 season he had 16 of them. Trying to get the power stroke going. 1-6. He will not. It's a strikeout. First strikeout for Joe Kelly as Souza is retired. Brings up the switch hitting shortstop as Drupal Cabrera. And Cabrera is hitting .275. Amazingly, 4 home runs already in 40 at-bats. On the regular season, he only had 15 and 505 at-bats. But he's got 4 in 40 at-bats. Amazing. 3-5, and he will get a single. So it's a 2-out single rather by Cabrera. And let's see, again, as a C stealer and a -3 arm from Leon, he will not try it. Instead, they will go to Mikey Matuk, center fielder. Matuk is hitting 286. He's 2 for 7. No homers or runs driven in. 5-6 for Joe Kelly. Well, Matuk's going to improve his average. 1-2 is a triple. 3-20 is a single, 2 stars. That is a single, and that puts runners on the corners as Matuk delivers, and the Rays have a 2-out rally. Runners on the corners and 2 down, and now it's up to the catcher, Kurt Casale. And Casale, 1 for 3, limited duty, but he's 1 for 3, hitting .333. That 1 was a home run. He's got 2 RBI. 3-6. This time he strikes out, so Joe Kelly gets out of the jam. And at the end of 2, we got no score from the Trop as the Rays leave him on the corners. So Kelly gets out of it, striking out Casale. Start the top of the 3rd. It'll be Travis Shaw. He normally is a third baseman, but today he's playing left field with the Ramirez having to rest. So he will be in left on this one against Nate Carnes. 310, and that's a home run chance. I forgot to give his numbers. He is hitting .500, 3 for 6 in limited duties. He just got called up. No homers, 1 RBI, but he's got a chance for his first homer right here. 1-15 would be that home run. That would put the Red Sox on the board. And he does it. Travis Shaw. Travis Shaw, a home run to lead off the top of the 3rd. And the Red Sox grab a 1-0 lead on Nate Carnes. First home run of the early season for Mr. Shaw. That brings up the second baseman, Rutledge. He got called up, of course, because Pedroia injuries. So this will be his first at-bat of the season. 111, and he's going to get a base hit, so he's batting 1,000 as Rutledge gets himself a base hit. He's an E-stealer. He will not try to go anywhere, so he will hold on. And the catcher, Sandy Leon, who's an excellent bunter, he's going to go ahead and try to lay one down. He becomes a B bunter, and that's a 12. That could, those high numbers can be interesting on these bunts. So we're going to go to a B bunter and a 12. Batter pops up into double play. Runner on 3rd is out. Other runners hold. There is no runner on 3rd, though. But he pops into a double play, so the runner on 1st is going to be out either way you go. So Sandy Leon pops the bunt up. Does it say who he popped it up to? To the pitcher, okay. So he pops it up to Carnes. Pops the bunt up to Carnes. And then Carnes throws over to 1st for the double play. And just like that, 2 quick outs. So, wow. A failed sacrifice bunt. 2 quick outs. The bases are now clear for Jackie Bradley. Well, the Sox do lead at 1-0 on the Shaw home run. 6-7 for a left against the lefties. A ground ball second base X. That's Franklin. And Franklin is a 4. 4-3, that's a base hit. So a 2-out single for Jackie Bradley. Now he did get caught stealing last time, so I think this time they're going to hold him on and let him stay there. Not take a chance of getting caught again. For Rusney Castillo, Carnes 5-7. That's a walk. So all of a sudden, 2-out rally again. So thank goodness for the double play if you're the Rays, because that could have really been trouble. As it is, you're still in trouble with 2 on and 2 outs for Xander Bogaerts. Probably the Red Sox best hitter coming up. Bradley is being held at second. 110 for Bogaerts. That's a ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. But the Red Sox strike first on the home run from Travis Shaw. And we go to the bottom of the third, 1-0, favor the Red Sox. And Joey Butler will lead things off against Joe Kelly to start the bottom of the third. Butler, a recent call-up as well with a lot of the injuries that the Rays had. He's had 7 at-bats. He's 2 for 7, which is a .286 average, a homer, and 2 RBI. So doing pretty well early on. 1-7, not this time, as Kelly puts the whiff on Joey Butler. So this time the Butler didn't do it. He struck out. And here's Logan Forsythe. First time up, he singled, but was erased on a double play. 1-11, and he's going to ground to short. Bogaerts, easy play. 2 up and 2 down. Bringing up Franklin, who hit into said double play. His first time up. 3-8, and this time he strikes out. The 9 would have been a strikeout plus injury, but simply just a strikeout, so no injury added to the insult of the strikeout, and the inning is over. Joe Kelly twirling 3 innings of shutout ball here in Tampa. And the Red Sox lead it 1-0 as we go to the fourth. Nate Carnes has a fatigue of 5, so we'll keep an eye on that. Joe Kelly is a 6. Here's Big Poppy. Struck out his first chance. 3-9, and he will strike out again. Carnes back in the second struck out these 3 guys in order. 1, 2, 3. He's looking to do it again against Poppy, Napoli, and Sandoval. 6-8, and that's a 1 home run. Anything else, we got a fly to left. And that's a fly to left as Joey Butler puts it away. 2 up and 2 down for the Panda, who also struck out. And yes, those are real birds out there, folks. I got the windows open. This is not the CBS coverage of the Masters with the fake bird chirping. These are real birds out there. Spring is here, even though it may not be officially here. It's here in Virginia anyway. Sandoval 5-3, switching to batting left. Ground ball pitcher X, it goes to Carnes. He's a 4 E10, but he's a 4 for a pitcher. Probably going to his error check, which it is. So he is an E10 as a pitcher. E10, let's see what happens with that. With a 10. E10 and a 10 for a pitcher. May not be too good. 10 and 10 actually is a ground ball A, so he got by with it. Good play. And it's a 1, 2, 3 inning go the Sox here in the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still 1-0 favor of the Red Sox. And due up for Tampa, it'll be Longoria. The thing I got to make sure of is a breeze coming through this window. I don't want the cards to blow off. These, as you know, Strat-O-Matic cards are kind of flimsy compared to other game cards, so not very heavy, so they could very well get a mind of their own and start flying around. We'll never know. Here's Longoria. Longoria grounded to third his first time up, 5-8. Grounds to second this time. Second baseman is Rutledge, and Rutledge is a 4, so not very good. 4 and a 9, probably an error check. Let's take a look. A 4 and a 9 is an error check, so Rutledge's error rating, he's an E25. That's rough. E25 and a 4. E25 and a 4 is a 1 base error, so Rutledge boots it. E4 on Rutledge to start the inning, as he is subbing for the injured Pedroia and the rested Brock Holt, so that's why he's in there. Loney steps up. He popped to first base his first chance. Longoria not being held. Obviously will not go anywhere. Kelly trying to work around this error. 6-10, and that's a fly ball to center. One away. And now we got a roll of a 6. I need to go back and look at the injury chances for both pitchers just to make sure that wasn't an injury roll. Joe Kelly is a 1, which means he's a 6-12, so let me write that in so I know that's the injury roll. Nate Carnes is a 1 also, so both of them 6-12. 6-12 would be the injury check on both, but 6-10, not going to be a problem. Fly to center. Loney is retired, 1 away. And that will send it to Mr. Steven Sousa. Struck out his first chance. 3-7, and that's a 1 for a single, but anything else is going to be a double play grounder. 6-20, and Red Sox will turn 2. And they're not, though. It's a 4, so it's a single, 1 star. So how about that? Bogarts couldn't quite get it. And that's going to put runners at first and second with only 1 out. Big difference there. Instead of the inning being over, we got 2 on and 1 out as the Rays try to tie the score or possibly take the lead. Here's Cabrera. He did single his last time up. Runner at second, Longoria, will not be held. 1-7 for Cabrera. 1-3 is a double. Anything else, he flies to center. And that's a fly to center put away by Jackie Bradley. 2 down. Runners have to hold. So now it's going to be all up to Mr. Matuk, Mikey Matuk. .65, ground ball shortstop X, that's Bogarts. Bogarts is a 2. 2 and an 11 is going to go to his error check. He is an E12. E12 and an 8 for a shortstop. E12 and an 8. E12 and an 8 is a ground ball A, so it's good enough. They will take it. It would have been a double play, but there were already 2 outs. So the inning is over. Rays leave 2 on. And at the end of 4, it's still 1-0 ball game. As Joe Kelly pitched around that. We will go to the 5th. This will be Nate Carnes' fatigue inning. And he will start out facing Travis Shaw, who hit the home run his first time up to count for the only run of the game. So Carnes has to be careful with Shaw. 1-6. It's a 1-4 single. Anything else, he will line it to Mr. Franklin. And that's a liner to second. Franklin snags it, and the 5th inning is underway with 1 out. And it's going to send up Rutledge, second baseman. Singled and was erased on a pop-up double play his first time up. 3-7, he will strike out, so he won't even get a chance to get on base this time. 2 down for Sandy Leone, who had that double play pop-up bunt. So this time he gets to swing away with 2 outs and the base is clear. 2-11, and he will get a 2-out single for Sandy Leone. He doesn't run well, so he will not be held. But it will extend the inning for Jackie Bradley. Jackie Bradley Jr., if you will. 5-6, that's a strikeout to end the inning. Almost looked at 4-6. In fact, I did look at 4-6, but corrected myself. So that's going to end the inning as Bradley whiffs. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 1-0. And Joe Kelly, I was expecting more runs with neither pitcher being necessarily the aces of the team, but we'll see what happens. Kurt Casale struck out his first chance. 2-3, he's going to strike out again. So Mr. Casale not having a very good start to this game. Brings up Joey Butler. 4-9, and that's a fly to center. Hauled in by Bradley, 2 down. Quickly 2 up and 2 down for the top of the order, Logan Forsythe. Forsythe, the DH, singled and grounded to short. 6-9, that's another strikeout for Joe Kelly. And that's going to be it for the Rays. We go to the 6th, still 1-0. Nate Carnes in his fatigue inning only gave up 1 single, so he's still good to go. And he'll be facing Rusney Castillo. Castillo, 0 for 1 with a walk. 6-5, struck him out. So each pitcher trying to outdo the other. Brings up Xander Bogaerts, 0 for 2 for Bogaerts. 1-3, and he's going to get a base hit. So first hit of the game for Bogaerts as he's aboard. He's a B stealer, so chance he might be looking to run to try to get in the scoring position. B stealer starts as a 13, -3 for being held as a 10, but then you got the +1 for Casali as an 11. But then you've got Ortiz and Napoli, who haven't done anything today, so they're going to send him 1-11. And he makes it. So a stolen base for Bogaerts gets him into scoring position for Big Papi. Big Papi is 0 for 2. Struck out twice. Carnes has to be careful with the Papi. 5-7. And he wasn't careful. That's a 1-10 double. 11-20 will be a single. Either way, the run's going to score. That is a double for Big Papi. RBI double as Bogaerts comes in to score, and now the Tampa Bay bullpen is active. 2-0 ball game. Mike Napoli is your batter. Bullpen activity for the Rays. As we look down their bullpen, they do have right-hander Brandon Gomes loosening in the pen. Carnes now. One more base runner and he will hit his fatigue. 4-7. And that's going to be fatigue time. 1-6 is a double. 7-20 is a single. Either way, the run's going to score. That's a single, but it's 2 stars, and that will score the run. And that will be the end for Nate Carnes, as the 6th inning was just too much for him, apparently. 3rd time through the order, the Red Sox were getting to him. He leaves trailing by the score of 3-0, and they will go to let's see, what did I do here? I left something off. Let's see here. Something on my computer is not. Oh, you know what I did? I messed something up. Let me go fix. I don't want to mess with the video. I'm just going to let it keep rolling. But I need to fix some things because I forgot to do the first out of the inning. That's why everybody's 1 batter off. So let me fix all this. That's what I get for not doing batter by batter. So let's get all this straight. Okay, so Castillo led off striking out. That's what I forgot to put in, was the strikeout. Then we have Bogaerts single and Steele second. Then you had the double by Ortiz and then the single with 2 stars from Napoli, and that is where we're at with the 3-0 game. Pablo Sandoval, the batter, switch hitter, so it almost doesn't matter who you bring in. Actually, though, he's a little bit better. He's a lot better against righties, so I think they're going to bring in the lefty because Shaw is after him. So it will not be Brandon Gomes. It will be Jake McGee. He's not from State Farm, but he's here. So Jake McGee will be the new pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. As we look at his numbers. Actually, it will not be McGee. They're going to go to the other lefty, Cedeno. They changed their mind. They're going with Cedeno instead. Xavier Cedeno, the lefty. They got a hunch. So Cedeno will come on. See what he can do against Pablo Sandoval. 1 out, runner at first. 2 are in. It's 3-0 Red Sox. Infield looking to turn 2 on Sandoval. 3-7 against a lefty. Ground ball third base B. That's going to be a fielder's choice for out number 2. Out goes 5-4. And Travis Shaw, the lefty, will be coming up to face Cedeno. With 2 outs and a runner at first. Shaw, lefty on lefty. 5-6. And he gets him to fly to right to end the inning. So that's going to do it for Cedeno. He's kind of a 1-inning guy, so he pitches 2/3 of an inning. Carnes goes 5 1/3. And Carnes will face 23 batters. Cedeno will face 2. But it's a 2 spot for the Red Sox here in the 6th, and they now lead it 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And we'll need a new pitcher in the 7th for the Rays, but right now Joe Kelly given a 3-0 lead to work with. This will be his fatigue inning as he faces Nick Franklin, the switch hitting second baseman. Franklin grounded into a double play and struck out, so inauspicious start here for Franklin. 3-7, and he strikes out, so definitely not a good game for Franklin so far as he takes the whiff. Brings up Longoria. Rays bats have been dormant against Joe Kelly. 5-7, not well, that's a base hit, so they finally got something going there for Longoria. His first hit of the game. Hit number 5 for Tampa, but no runs. And here's James Loney. Loney's 0 for 2. 4-5 against the lefty. Struck him out. He's 0 for 3. 2 down. And it's up to Steven Souza if the Rays want to keep the inning going against Mr. Kelly. 3-4. And that is a 1 for a triple. Anything else, he flies to center. And there's your fly to center. Bradley puts it away. Inning's over. That's going to be it for Tampa Bay. 6 shutout innings turned in by Joe Kelly as he is just cruising right now with a 3-0 lead. And now we need a new pitcher for Tampa. And it will be the aforementioned Brandon Gomes, who they thought was going to come in earlier. But Gomes will be the new pitcher. And he will be facing Rutledge, Leone, and Bradley. On the replay, Gomes 0-0 with no saves, a 1.69 ERA, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. So he'll be facing Rutledge. Now we are in the 7th inning, so we can start using the rested guys, but the Red Sox with a 3-0 lead will stick with what they have. 3-6, and it struck him out. 1 away as Rutledge is retired. Here's Sandy Leone. 5-8, and that's a ground ball, second base X. That will go to Franklin, but he's a 4. 4-17, though, I do believe is going to be okay. 4-17 for a second baseman is a ground ball C. It's good enough. That's all they needed. 2 up and 2 down. That'll flip the order over to Jackie Bradley. And Bradley, 2 for 3, 2 singles and a strikeout. 6-7, 1-5 is a single. Anything else, he lines to second. And it's a base hit for Jackie Bradley, his 3rd hit of the game. So he's loving that leadoff spot. He was struggling early on in the 9 spot, but he's loving the leadoff spot. And he's definitely looking to run. He got caught last time, but he's going to try it again. C-Stealer starts as a 13, -3 is a 10. But the +1 from Casale makes it an 11, 1-11. And he's thrown out again. So Jackie Bradley caught stealing for a 2nd time. So maybe he just needs to stand pat from now on. That's going to do it for the Rays here in the 7th, for the Red Sox rather, here in the 7th. And Rusney Castillo, who was at bat, will have to lead off the next inning. So 7th inning stretch time we go. All right, something didn't work out right on the computer again. So let's figure out where I was with this. Oh, you know what it is? I think I didn't give him the single. I gave him a caught stealing, but he wasn't on base yet. So that's real swift, wasn't it? Okay, now we're ready. I just had a little snafu there. So bottom of the 7th, 3-0 Sox. And it'll be Asdrubal Cabrera to lead off for the Rays. Now they can start using their rested guys of Geyer and DeJesus if they wish. And I do believe that DeJesus will hit for Mikey Matuk here as he comes up on deck. So David DeJesus will be the pinch hitter for Matuk after Cabrera hits. But first things first, here's Cabrera. Kelly, nothing against this point of weakness. I'm sorry, 1 hit against this point of weakness, so he's still good. 3-4, and that's a fly to right field, 1 away. Cabrera is retired, and that will send up to Jesus, and he will stay in the game to play center field. So he's going to pinch hit and then stay in the game to play center field. And on the replay, let's get the numbers for DeJesus. DeJesus checks in, hitting .270 in 37 at-bats, 1 homer, 6 driven in. Kelly to DeJesus, 3-7. He's going to hit a ground ball to second for out number 2. So he fails in the pinch. 2 down for Casali. Do you pinch hit for Casali here? They could, I suppose, if they wanted to. They do have 2 other catchers on the bench. So they're going to use Brandon Geyer in a pinch, and he will pinch hit for Casali. Will Brandon Geyer. And then the new catcher will be, looks like it'll be J.P. Arancibia will be the new catcher. But right now it's Brandon Geyer. He will come in and hit for the struggling Kirk Casali. Casali was 0 for 2, struck out twice. So they've seen enough of Casali, and they will go with Brandon Geyer. So Geyer up against Kelly with 2 outs and the bases cleared. 6-7. 1-4 is a double. 5-20 is a single. So that's a double for Brandon Geyer. Pinch hit double. Forgot to give you Geyer's numbers. 387 on the replay and 31 at bats. No homers, 7 RBI. And he comes through with a pinch hit double. Keep the inning going. And Joey Butler, the batter. Chance to get the Rays on the board with a base hit. Cut into that lead. 5-10, but he doesn't do it. It's a fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. 7 shutout frames for Joe Kelly. I think they're going to cap Kelly right there at 7 innings, facing 27 batters. So Kelly's day is done, but he did a great job, and he's in line for the win, assuming the bullpen doesn't cough it up. So the new catcher is going to be J.P. Arancibia. He will be the new catcher. And DeJesus will take over in center field after he pinch hit for Matuk. All right, and then we also need a new pitcher. And let's see. No, we don't. Gomes is going to keep pitching. Never mind. Gomes is going to keep pitching. So Gomes is out for his 2nd inning of work. He has 1 ding against his point of weakness. So he's going to stay out there and see what he can do. Facing Castillo. 2-8. And that is a fly to center. 1 away. Facing Xander Bogaerts. 3-0 Sox here in the 8th. 5-12. That's a ground ball, second base X. That is Franklin, who's a 4. 4 and a 10 is going to go as Erichek, who is an E20. I'm sorry, E12. He's an E12, and that's a 4. Second baseman, E12, and a 4 is a 1-base error. So Franklin boots it. A boot by Franklin. Each team now has committed an error. Bogart's a beast. Well, they're up 3-0. They're going to let Big Papi hit. They're not going to try to steal. They're going to let Big Papi hit. He will be held at first, obviously. 4-6. Fly to center. That's 2 down. Gomes takes care of Papi. And now that sends it to Mike Napoli. See what Napoli can do against Gomes. 5-3. It's a fly ball left field X. That's Butler. Butler is a 4. Not very good. 4-19 though. He catches a break. A 4 and a 19 is going to... No, he doesn't catch a break. I thought he did, but that is actually a single. Look at that. They're outs up here, but they're single right here. 4 and 19, single 2 stars. Puts runners at the corners. So Napoli sneaks it in front of Franklin. Puts runners at the corners with 2 down for the Panda. And the inning continues. Gomes has to bear down and get Pablo Sandoval. 6-3 against a lefty, and he walks him. And now Gomes is now tired. He is now tired, and he will have to leave. And they'll bring in McGee, the other lefty, to try to get out of the inning. So McGee will be on. Jake McGee, the lefty, will come on to face Shaw. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 3-0 Sox. They're looking to blow it open right here. Lefty on lefty matchup. 5-9. Struck him out, so Jake McGee comes through in the clutch and gets the job done. Keeps the Sox off the board, keeps it a 3-0 ball game as Boston leaves them loaded. So Jake McGee did his job. And we go to the Red Sox bullpen as they've capped Kelly at 7 innings. So they will turn to Junichi Tazawa. He will come in the 8th. Try to set things up for Koji Urahara. And he'll face the top of the order in Logan Forsythe. The numbers on Tazawa on the replay. He's 0-0 with a save, 4.50 ERA. 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts, but 3 home runs allowed in 6 innings. That's the alarming part. So he's got to watch out for the long ball. And he's got to deal with Logan Forsythe to lead things off. Logan Forsythe. .27, and that's a ground ball to short, 1 away. Nice easy play there for Bogarts. 1 down for Nick Franklin. 5-7, switch hitter bang left. That is a strikeout by Tazawa. So 2 down, 2 up and 2 down for Tazawa. Brings up Longoria. 5-9. It's a righty. That's a triple. Look at that. A rare triple on a pitcher card. And Longoria found it right there. A 5-9 is a triple. A 2-out triple for Evan Longoria. I don't remember seeing too many triples on pitchers' cards, but we see it right there. How about that? So Longoria, a 2-out triple, brings up Loney, who still has to get the base hit to get the run home, barring an error. 3-11, and he pops it up to first, put away by Napoli, and the Rays leave the runner at third to end the 8th inning. It is 3-0 as we go to the 9th. Red Sox pitching has just limited the Rays to nothing. We go to the top of the 9th. We get a new pitcher for Tampa, as McGee was pretty much that lefty specialist just to get the 1 out. So going to their bullpen, they will go to Kevin Jepson, the right-hander. Kevin, the 0 there on his card means he cannot be injured. Put that there in pencil. I was starting to do that, and then I decided not to. All right, so we got Rutledge, Leone, and Bradley. Like I said, you could bring in Brock Holt, but up 3-0, they're not going to mess with the lineup. They're going to keep it the way it is. So let's look at the numbers on the right-hander, Jepson, and see what he's up to. Jepson, on the replay, 1-0, no saves with a 4.76 ERA. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run allowed. Top of the ninth, the Red Sox lead at 3-0. And Rutledge the batter. 3-2. That's a fly to center. 1 down. And that'll bring up the catcher, Sandy Leone. Leone. 1 for 3 with a single. 3-7. He will strike out. That's out number 2. So Jepson keeping the Red Sox at bay. Here's Jackie Bradley. He's 3 for 4. Loving that leadoff spot. 2-9. And this is a solid home run for Jackie Bradley Jr. He definitely loves the leadoff spot. Mookie Betts may not get that leadoff spot back when he comes back from injury. That's a long gone home run. It's now 4-0. It does take the save away from, or the potential save away from Uhara. So they may bring in somebody else to pitch the ninth. So let's see what the Red Sox want to do in that aspect. I believe they're bringing in somebody else. So here's Rusney Castillo. 112 is a low max. That's going to end the inning. Bases were empty anyway. So that's going to end the inning. But the run comes in. That insurance run makes it 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the ninth. And the Red Sox now will actually bring in Ed Mujica. Mujica will be the new pitcher for the Red Sox. It will be Mr. Mujica. And on the replay, Mujica is 0-0 with a save. No ERA of 0. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, a walk, and no strikeouts, and no home runs allowed. So Mujica will get the chance to finish things off. It'll be Souza, Cabrera, and DeJesus due up for the Rays. 1-8, that's a strikeout. So good start for Mujica as he strikes out Souza. 1 down for Asdrubal Cabrera. And the Rays just could not get their offense going today. They will drop from first. They will drop into a first place tie with the Mets with the loss here today. 6-9 against Mujica. That's a straight up home run chance. He does have normal power, so the shutout is gone. Home run for Asdrubal Cabrera as he took Mujica deep. And for Cabrera, that is home run number 5. I've said it before. He had 4 home runs and about 40 at bats. He's got home run number 5. I don't know where all the power is coming from, but he's definitely showing that power swing. So here's DeJesus. He came in and pinch hit for Matuk earlier and stayed the game in center field. Mujica, 3-8. That's a strikeout. So Mujica comes back with a strikeout. So the Red Sox 1 out away from getting the victory, improving to 8-5, dropping the Rays to 9-4, and closing the gap up the top of the order, or top of the lineup rather. Here's Aaron Sebia. I don't think they have anybody left to pinch hit. Let's see who they got left. They got one guy on the bench left to pinch hit, I think. They got Jake Elmore. So they're going to bring in Elmore to pinch hit for Aaron Sebia. So trying to pull out all the stops and use everything at their disposal. Well, that wind is really kicking in. It's going to blow these cards around for sure. So they will go to Jake Elmore. Jake Elmore. He will pinch hit. He will do the pinch hitting with 2 outs and the base is clear in a 4-1 game. Elmore is 2 for 3 on the young season. He's only had 3 at bats. He's 2 for 3 with two ribbies. So he's going to try to extend the game against Mujica. 4-7 he does. It's a single. So how about that? A base pinch hit single for Elmore brings up Butler. And now, with a 4-1 game, it does create a save situation, a cheap save at that, because the tying run is on deck. So they will go ahead and pull Mujica and go to Koji Urahara. Give him a cheap save to pad his stats. A very cheap save to pad his stats, which is what they will do. They don't want this one to get away. So it will be Mr. Koji Urahara after all. He is in. He's 0-1 with 2 saves, 3.86 ERA, 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. And we're going to see if the Butler can do it. He's the last hope for the Rays. And Elmore, the East Steeler plus the score, he's not going to be held on anyway. So runner is not being held with 2 outs. 3-6, and he struck him out, and that's going to be the ball game. So there is your ball game as Koji Urahara finishes things off, as Mahika couldn't finish things off quite the way they wanted to. But there is your game. Koji Urahara gets the final out and does, in fact, earn that cheap save. So we'll go to the box score, get the final stats in the game. We do know that the Red Sox improve to 8-5, and the Rays drop to 9-4, into a tie with the Mets for first place, who are also 9-4. So we'll get the line score for the Red Sox: 4 runs, 11 hits, and an error. For the Rays, 1 run, 9 hits, and an error. Left on base, Boston left on 7, Tampa Bay left on 8. The winner is Joe Kelly. He is 2-0. And the loser, Nate Carnes, is 0-1. And the save for Urahara, that is number 3 for Koji Urahara. So there you have it. Tampa Bay drops the game to the Red Sox and drops back into a first place tie with the Mets after 13 games. So that one's in the books. Hope you enjoyed that one. The final game in Series 5 that will be coming up on a video later in the week will be the Seattle Mariners taking on the Cincinnati Reds. And once that is done, then I'll play the other 10 games in Series 5 offline, so that next Saturday we're back in line for Series 6. It'll be the Mets against Cleveland. That'll be the next stream on Saturday. Next video, though, will be Seattle at Cincinnati sometime later in the week, maybe on a Thursday or so. We'll see. I'm recording this one today on Saturday, so I'm going to probably post this on Tuesday and then put this one probably on a Thursday. All right, so that's going to do it from here. Again, the final score: the Red Sox defeat the Rays 4-1. Winning pitcher Joe Kelly, he's 2-0. Losing pitcher Nate Carnes is 0-1. Koji Urahara with a cheap 3rd save. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of Strat-O-Matic 2015 Demolition League. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.